What is up? What is up, man? I've been gone for 2 weeks. Didn't have 2 shows because of family stuff and then other family stuff. Got back from vacation. I went to Florida for 5 days, I think it was. I've been gone since Sunday. Got back last night. I wanted to do something last night because I was watching a lot of stuff going on while I was in Florida. And I was just too tired. I was just too tired to do anything. And today I'm off because I took the rest of the week off, which is just the 1 day left. And I thought, why not come today? Why not go live today since I have all this free time? Being that's Friday the 13th, being that the ABK deal is done, supposedly.
Yay! It's done.
It's done. And
the ink is still drying, baby.
Yeah, the ink is still drying. Put the little fan on there to make it permanent. That way it dries up pretty quick. That's what I've been seeing. I saw the new PlayStation Slim, which is not much of a Slim. It's more of a BBL. That really is People slim. Are making fun of it.
In fact, Sony doesn't even really reference it as a Slim, frankly.
No. They just give measurements from what I can tell that it seems lighter and slimmer, but there's no improvement to it. It's just weight.
Yep.
Is that what it is? Just weight.
Yeah, it's slightly smaller, but you know.
Please confirm that you can hear SIKSLAYER because I was having little issues earlier with the audio. Please tell me if you can hear him, but I'm sure you guys can hear me. Yes, so all this was happening while I was in Florida, and I was just way too busy to even, respond to anything or make any comments about it. It's just nuts. You got the new Slim coming out, which is not much of a Slim. The price increase with nothing added to the Slims, right? They're down, dude. They're just down.
They're down bad.
They're down big time. And all they have right now is Spider-Man coming out, and nobody's even talking about it. I see nothing. I see nothing, right? I see nothing about Baldur's Gate. I see nothing about Spider-Man. I see nothing. They have nothing to brag about. Sony fans are gimping around right now. They don't know what to do. It's insane. It's crazy. I don't know, dude. It's just it's crazy what I've been seeing the last few days. I'm trying to remember like some of the stuff that's gone on, but because I had so much going on this whole week, that's like I'm losing thought of what happened besides what I just mentioned here. And of course, the CMA, the whole deal is done. Yeah.
Well, I'm in a similar situation. I've been in Phoenix, Arizona all week. I leave tomorrow. I'm here now, chilling. I'm about to go to breakfast, and then I'm still there. I'm still there. In fact, I'm about to. We're only gonna be here for like half hour or so, and then right. So after that, I'm going to breakfast, and I'm gonna be chilling poolside. If you follow my Twitter account, you see I've been posting drinks.
Yeah.
My drinks and my hairy last legs in the pool, or at least poolside, chilling, bro. Not doing nothing. Yesterday, I went to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, nice.
It triggered my fear of heights a little bit, but it was cool to see. That was cool to see, bro. So I posted a picture or two. I might post a little more, but nothing, personal, because you
didn't base jump. Did you
weird
base
out here
jump?
on the internet?
Just tell me you base jump,
bro. Didn't I just tell you I'm afraid of heights? I'm 6'4". I'm tall enough. I'm high enough off the ground as it is, bro. No, thanks.
no, huh? No jumping out of planes for you. Okay. I would. Off of base jumping, I would. That's just me, though. That's just me.
I used to fix the plane so you wouldn't have to jump out of them. So no.
Yeah. It's insane with the Sony news coming down this week. The Slim, which I'm showing a video right now, I don't see a difference. I see no difference whatsoever, except the butt part of it just looks a little bit out more.
It's slightly thinner.
Yeah, and we can't forget about the stupid stand. The stand is $30. You got to be kidding me.
$30.
They couldn't include a $30 stand to this. They make and they include some paper clip. I don't know what it was.
some crooks, man. Yeah, crooks, man. Straight up crooks.
Oh my God. Pathetic. They're completely going the opposite way of things. They're doing the Apple model. That's what they're doing. They charge you for every little
Of course.
Piece of hardware. You want an adapter? You want a lightning bolt or USB-C to headphones, whatever? It's going to cost you $30. Oh, you want a cable? That's going to cost you $30.
I like how you're talking about it's the Apple model, because that's exactly what it is, but at least Apple, not only do they think their shit don't stink, but they at least are in a position where they can.
Yeah.
Sony, not so much, but
no,
they can to their fans who will sit there, make excuses for it. But at least with the Apple fans who will sit there and make excuses for it, they actually back it up with their wallets.
Yeah.
We see the Sony, faithful don't really do that. They talk that talk, but don't walk the walk. So all this is looking bad for Sony. I mean, it's what I've been saying for 2 years now. Like, they talk all this talk, but if all this stuff that's been happening to Sony in the past, since the beginning of generation and even slightly before, right, had been happening in Microsoft, like people would have been asking for Xbox to be dead. Look, they got rid of Jim, right?
He was invited.
He can claim he retired or whatever, whatever. Like, they fired his ass, right? Because if the same exactly had happened the same way to Phil Spencer, right?
Yeah,
everybody would agree, right? But because it's Sony, it's a big deal. But never mind all that.
Yeah.
The deal is done. Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Finally,
this can go to bed and business can continue as usual with a lot of upgrades. With Activision Blizzard being part of Xbox. We understand we're not being greedy or like have high expectations. Games will not come to Xbox right away or Xbox Game Pass. We already know this. We know we've been through it before already, and everything's not immediate. So we get this. So where people or some, especially Sony fans, are trying to make us seem like we're delusional, like, oh, we're going to automatically get all these games, right off the bat. It's not going to happen that way. It just doesn't work that way, right? Do I know how the business goes? Do I know how the agreements go with that? Do I know the process of getting those games into Game Pass? No, I don't. But from what we've seen in the previous deals, it just doesn't happen automatically, and we get that.
No,
it will.
Right. So now that the ink is drying, right, and we got the tweets and blah blah blah, right? Yeah. Speaking of which, it broke Twitter. If you notice, like literally too, like it was saying December 1969 or some other crap on everybody's post or whatever. Like it broke Twitter or X, excuse me, for real,
yes. Yeah.
But now that all that's happened, and of course the crazy social media crap will go on and on and on. But we've gotten the official tweets, from Phil Spencer and all the big heads and blah blah blah. So we should expect the next step to be a round table where they sit and explain to everybody, what's going on. And of course, you're going to have these PlayStation fanboys who are going to nitpick every word and try to make it seem like it's not this, it's not that. Like when they bought ZeniMax, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, right? The same dog and pony show. We know how it goes down.
The automatic comment that I always expect will be, it won't be exclusive, just like Starfield wasn't exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, it was never mentioned it was going to be a PlayStation game in the first place. There was no platform designation. It just said, this is coming. Now, if somebody assumed that it's going to go to PlayStation, that's their own fault. That's their own dumb, stupid fault to thinking that.
Yep. That's just what it is. So, we'll get that. Of course, there'll be lots of crap. This is what I was saying. Lots of the BS on social media. We all know. We saw it before with ZeniMax. And then, we'll get that sit down where they explain to us all the stuff that's going on. I'm more concerned right now about the financial aspect, about, there's other, bodies and stuff who invested. Apparently New York State had a piece of that game, so it's supposed to get some money off of that. And you know how it is with politicians. Of course, they're going to take their piece, right, and do their shenanigans. But New York could really use that in terms of like hospitals and stuff. My girl's a therapist. And shout out to 108 Dragons. He's putting in some work with New York City, in terms of homeless and stuff in Brownsville or whatever. So my girl has some therapists friends, including one who just moved back to Brownsville. So hopefully, we can get some situation moving with that. But I bring that up to say that, New York might be getting some money off of this situation pretty soon, hopefully. I don't know. maybe next year we'll see when and how, right?
Yeah.
But so, you know, besides all the business dealings and what's going on with Xbox, you know, there's some other bodies who invested, you know, they're supposed to get their piece of the pie, and hopefully that money goes to, you know, some good places where it's necessary as well. So it's not just a business thing in terms of, you know, Microsoft and ABK, right? And the negatives that's happening for Sony for that, but and the positives for us gamers. But you know, the business moves and how business moves, you know, they affect the world in outside ways that you don't even think about.
Don't realize, yeah.
Love to see that too. Love to see that too.
Doctor says
but yeah,
Max released 17 games into Game Pass, not even days after the signing.
Not even days after. Yes, so this is the thing I think that's going to happen most immediately after that sit down, maybe the same day as the sit down. I don't know. We'll have to look at the ZeniMax thing as a guide, right?
Yeah.
To see what's going to happen. But maybe a lot of these older games that don't need, you know, that are backwards compatible or whatever, right? You toss them on Game Pass as, you know, some filler for now. You know, hold this down, right? Until they make the bigger moves for the other titles
for the bigger
that maybe
ones.
weren't backwards compatible. You know, the Call of Duties and stuff. We've seen that the backwards compatible team must be active again, because there were a couple of titles that came the backwards compatibility, because last we heard about that
because they stopped doing
they had shut down. So now I imagine they've been reactivated at least for this aspect, right? So they'll be reactivated, those titles that they plan to have come over, right? You know, they'll get to work and get that stuff rolling. It's, you know, it's a process, but I guess we'll just use the ZeniMax situation as a guide. New legal. Yes.
No, I haven't switched it up. Well, you get to see it ahead of time and not the people online. So let me switch over to that. And just like New Legal says, the deal is done. Friday the 13th, predicting solidified. Big bank takes little bank. They will fail you. They will all fail you. Truth over feelings. Y'all know who told y'all the reign of Xbox is here. Now make me laugh some more about console sales. It's true. It's true.
I love it. Love to see it.
The landscape
of game. Yeah, man. Woo! Look at that. The Four Horsemen. I love to see that, man. Greats.
Yeah,
great men.
It's
yes, sir.
Of all days, I wonder if they really picked that on purpose.
It timed out like that, I guess. You know, Friday the 13th. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, shout out to 108 Dragons once again. You're a big fan of Jason. You know, everybody, King David, all of them been talking about that, man. It's just hilarious. The timing that happened on Friday the 13th. That's quite poetic. You know, I mean, just coincidence, but love to see it. Love to see it.
Yes, it's finally. You know, like I said, we can end this crap. People can, I don't know, eat whatever they eat for saying it's a done deal, never gonna get past it, none of this and that, and blah blah blah. It's like it's
lots of crow.
Yes,
that's what they're eating. They're eating crow.
Yeah. So yes,
I suggest some ranch.
I just want Fall of Cybertron and Game Pass pronto. I only have 3. Exactly. I have those on digital. I got those 2 Transformer games. I think it's War for Cybertron. I think it's called. And Fall of Cybertron. And I got those on digital, and the only way for me to play those or with if I fire up my 360. Now I mentioned that to my son the other day because he was talking about Transformers, and we're just talking about the Generation 1 Transformer, because there's a lot of talk right now with the Generation 1 stuff. They're trying to make an animation thing about it.
Oh, a new cartoon. Okay, that would be cool.
And I told him about these 2 Transformers games, and dude, it is awesome. I don't know if you played them. But those Transformer games are awesome.
I never played them, but I'd heard about them at the time that they were really good. You know, so here's something where I would imagine. No, I was gonna say maybe if they decide, you know, to get a deal with Transformers again, you know, to make new titles, maybe those would be multi-plat. But no. Microsoft probably gonna keep that first party just like Sony would, you know. It's, you know, and this is the whole thing about it too. When you talk about like these fanboys left and right and blah blah blah, right? What's really gonna happen is. And see, these fanboys already know. Like, they're afraid because they know all the stuff that happened to them. No, that happened to us because of them is going to happen to them because of us now, and they fear and they know exactly. This is why they kept complaining. Oh, Starfield's not going to be exclusive. They know it's going to be exclusive. All that ZeniMax stuff, exclusive, right? And now if they get a deal with the Transformers, you know, it's back up again. I mean, that's big money deals. You know what I'm saying? And all those investors, like I say. New York State and other places that, you know, that invest, right? They're going to get that piece. And so I like to look at that angle too. That not just us as the gamers, you know, watching the industry and all of that, but like those who invested outside of the industry, right?
Yeah.
And now they're getting, you know, a good return on their investments. And particularly, I like to talk about New York State, that, you know, and how I know that money can go to benefit a lot of specific situations. I'm sure there's other investments by other bodies that could use whatever profits they'll attain from that, you know, to make some good out here too. So there's a lot of you know, beautiful stuff happening in that regard. I like to look at that, and it makes me feel good, you know, just outside of, you know, the gaming thing, which of course I'm dancing, you know, I got the Prince Nana dance going on my Twitter account and stuff, you know, loving to see that. But this is good stuff, man. It's good stuff, some feel good stuff.
The CMA posted their thing here saying, we cleared a new deal for Microsoft to buy Activision without cloud gaming rights, yada yada yada. It's like, okay, but it's the comments that that get me, that get me. And this one is from the guy Red Dragon, and I gotta keep your buddy 108 kind of like, I gotta think hard between these two, because sometimes I think it's like, what is this idiot, and it's your friend, right? Because they got the name Dragon, right? Like, oh crap. And so this guy is like, congrats, new layoffs will happen, price will rise, history shows quality will decline. It's like, what history shows?
That's what happened with Sony. That's what happened with Sony, not Microsoft. That's been happening without them making any profits and winning and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what's going to happen if they were to ever win? See, that's a confident, greedy Sony. We know how they get down.
Well, they've closed a lot of studios as well, and nobody's like bringing that up, right?
Yeah.
You know that.
I mean, exactly.
So, you know, with Matt Booty's comment, Microsoft's in a unique position to be able to go spend Sony out of business. You know what? If it came to it, it came to it. You know, if they spend Sony out of business, that means
they've been worried about that for 20 plus years, and Microsoft never did that, right? So they sat there, you know, dancing around like, you know, like jackasses, thinking,
Xbox is done. Xbox going out of business. They won't have a next console. They're still here.
Microsoft is competing, but when it's two hands tied behind their backs.
If it's reversed, oh no, that's a bad thing. You got to highlight this. You got to make this picture here to highlight what he just said about Sony. But when it's the other way around, they had no problem with it.
No problem with it. And that's the funny thing about it. Like I'm saying, like Microsoft was always competing in this industry with two hands tied behind their backs, and would dance around. It's like when a bunch of mice are dancing right in front of a cat who's too lazy to really, you know, smack him like he could in one swipe, right? And now the cat's like, you know what? All right, fine. And he, you know, he starts getting into it, and now he starts feeling himself, right? He's not this little fat cat anymore. He's running around chasing these mice, and these mice talking all that crap because that's all they used to doing, not realizing the real danger. They don't recognize the danger of this cat who could kill them in one swipe. And that's what's starting to happen now. Microsoft isn't even gonna go that far because they don't want to look like crazy monopolists, which is why they did the Ubisoft thing, right? But
that I still don't get.
Yeah.
I still don't get that part. So if you have an understanding of that, then you tell me.
Well, my opinion is that this cloud aspect isn't really going to be too profitable for a while yet. So they, you know, they'll pawn it off to Ubisoft for now, let the regulators be happy with blah, blah, blah. And by the time it's worth anything, Microsoft will be back in and besides, even if Ubisoft is the one doing all the thing, who gets this money? Microsoft does, because they get a piece of all of that, right? Because it's their stuff that they're selling these rights to Ubisoft to, you know, to put on the cloud. So yeah,
love these pictures, man. Like these
lovely
exaggerated photos of Sony crying, and then Sony, of course. They're losing it right now. They're making all sorts of idiotic claims.
Of course, man. I love laughing at them because they talk like it's so true. I've been seeing comments, all types of videos I've been seeing where, and for the past couple of years, you know, they always talk like they've won something, like, oh, the Xbox, the flop that failed and blah 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 and this and that. Meanwhile, are you kidding me? And then we finally see all this stuff about the profits, right? They're in third place and have been already for a while, long before this deal's. You know, the ink is still wet on this deal. So it's not this deal that did it. Like, Microsoft has been profiting above them. Like, F out of here, ponies. Like, y'all done messed up. So you should do what exactly you advised to us,
yes.
right? All that time,
Get
right?
the console.
Yeah. Play
this one cracked me
up. These games. Sigourney Weaver.
Thanks, Sigourney Weaver. I was like, that's not Sigourney.
She looks like Sigourney.
She does.
She looks like her.
Looks like a younger version of her. It does.
Yeah, and now the FTC is still trying to do their mess, man, wasting our taxpayer dollars on this shit, bro. Lena Khan needs to go. Listen, and we were talking about this political stuff back when she had to go in front of Congress, and they dropped her budget. Now they need to drop her personally because she's wasting millions, or was it $500 million? I forget what it was. Some ridiculous amount of money, right? It's been burnt by this woman, right? That could be spent on better things, the economy ain't good, all this other stuff, and she's out here burning money on a fruitless effort that's not going to help anyone except our enemies.
Like we're burning money. And syrup too.
Doc Cruise Missiles, two loyal homies from the beginning. Thanks, y'all. And what was the last guy's name? Syrup. What's up, Syrup? Welcome.
Too.
I can't see everybody in the chat because I'm on my iPad here. Like I said, I'm out here on vacation. My last day. Like I said,
Arizona. I was in Florida last week or so, and I'm back. I was back as of yesterday. And
cool.
The Sick is taking some time from his girl to talk here about this because this is a big deal, man. We didn't get to do anything yesterday because we're both out and trying to catch up. Sunday, definitely, we're going to do another one, a long version. So.
I'll be home by then, so we could do that Sunday.
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
I'll be available then and be able to do something then also, maybe in the afternoon or something. But this is a beauty. This is just a highlight of what's coming soon. Now, this is official? No, this is not official, guys. So don't get
This is all the stuff that's on the platform. Most of this is already backwards compatible and stuff. So if they decide, if Activision still has a license, Now I know for the Ultimate Alliance games they don't have I don't know if they still have the license for those. I would imagine not, right? Deadpool, certain things like that they don't even have the license for anymore, right? But all the Call of Duties,
Skylanders, dude. Least, right? Yes.
Skylanders, that's a big deal,
yes.
Right? And Diablo, Overwatch, countless other things. This is just a sample of some things, that's in this image.
This is nothing.
Somebody had posted a tweet about. In fact, I'm gonna look for it. I could have sworn I saw it. They listed some more what do you call it, classic franchises like King's Quest, I think, stuff like that. Some older stuff from back in the day that Activision owned. So they own a lot, like a lot of forgotten gems. A lot of forgotten gems back and forth. So on the PC side, for a lot of retro stuff for PC gamers, we can see a lot of the origins of gaming. Let's not forget Pitfall, like one of the original platformers of all time. Microsoft owns that, That's key for the history of gaming, that they own this, because we know what Microsoft does when it comes to gaming and history and backwards compatibility. That's great. And so love to see that.
Nick Guns on the Twitter here, or X. Y'all don't understand how amazing Game Pass is and the value it offers us gamers. Thank you for passing it through. I've been saying this for a long time. The Game Pass has amazing value for the people who can't afford to buy every single little game that's out there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm fortunate enough that I can buy the games that I do want. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm smart with my money, and I'm going to go with Game Pass because it makes more sense that way. Just because I can afford it doesn't mean I need to go spend that money, $60, $70 a pop for each game. I'm not stupid. Right? It's like if you
I found a list. Of the things I was talking about before. Okay. So there's Hexen, King's Quest, Space Quest, Quest for Glory, Tenchu. I can mention Pitfall, Tony Hawk, Zork, which is the original text adventure game, StarCraft, Warcraft, Gabriel Knight, Hearthstone, Lost Vikings, the True Crime franchise, which evolved into Sleeping Dogs for the last one, because that was going to be basically True Crime Hong Kong, basically, under a different name. They got a prototype, and Skylanders, like you had mentioned.
Oh, we still got our little portal thing with the figures.
Mm-hmm.
Still got those.
Yeah. So, that just like the Amiibos, and don't forget has the Hero franchise. DJ Hero, Guitar Hero. A lot of people asked for DJ Hero to come back. That would be great. Guitar Hero, right?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I enjoy those.
I didn't really play them too much,
DJ.
but I gotta say, Guitar Hero got particularly the third one. It got me into a couple of bands that I'd like. I've always mentioned, being growing up in New York, of course, hip hop and all that. I was right in the mecca of it, and I grew up in the time of its evolution, its introduction and evolution into music, right? Mm-hmm. But also in the background of life was a lot of rock music that was in the background of life. You would hear it in the soundtrack of movies, or just when you're around, you hear it in the background, but you didn't know, and subliminally you're absorbing it and you're not realizing, right? And then Guitar Hero, it introduced a lot of people to music that they may have known or not even, right? And for me, like bands like Disturbed, Chemical Romance, all those, even older stuff like Guns N' Roses, all types of stuff, like some I knew, some I didn't, introduced me, to music. And DJ Hero did a lot of that for people who were, into hip hop and stuff with DJ Hero.
I swear, dude. I had the DJ Hero thing, and I always I get in the zone because I hit the buttons right, and I'm like thinking I'm a DJ.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man. This is Wolfenstein. Don't forget, we already have Wolfenstein and stuff. So, imagine if we start seeing, the Wolfenstein characters, the Doom guy, Master Chief, all of that in Call of Duty in Warzone. We're looking at Fortnite, like this big titan that it is.
It does it all the time with all sorts of different
right. So Microsoft could do their own with their now Microsoft has all these franchises and IPs that they could do the same thing with that, and love to see it. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's obvious the easy moves they can make left and right to profit. To bring to fans what they want. So the profits and all that will just skyrocket, right? And then once again, that money not only, of course, goes in Microsoft's pockets, but the outside investors, and it's easy to generate money that goes outside of just those businesses, of course.
Yeah.
And so the other investors, so they profit, and hopefully good things come with that. I keep saying, that's a beautiful. I just love the thought of that and how it's happening. It's of gaming. Gaming is doing this. It's making a change in the world, a positive change in the world, I feel, right? Just love to see it. Love to see it.
Syrup says PS5 is dead now. It is for a lot of people.
It is for me. And I wanted one at least to replace my PS4, backwards stuff. And, Project Wingman, a game I always talked about. It finally came to the PlayStation, but of course they did their whole timed exclusive thing where this game is an indie game on PC. It was on Xbox for a whole year. It's still on Xbox, right? But the PC version, you could play the entire game from beginning to end in VR, right?
Yeah.
So now it's on PlayStation, but what they did was they added a whole 6-level side story from the other side where you played like the enemy side, right?
Yeah.
And that's completely in VR, but exclusive to PlayStation. And the PlayStation fans don't even freaking like it. They're talking shit about it. And meanwhile, like the folks like myself who invested in the Kickstarter to get this game going, right? We don't have any of these updates, but we do have like the core engine updates and all the updates that they did for the game in and of itself, but not this content, right? And the PlayStation fans aren't even liking it. They don't even give a fuck about the game. They're talking shit about the game.
It
but
has
only
to be
those missions.
Their template game.
Have
over the shoulder. And it has to be a movie. It has to be a movie, which is fine for them. If you want Sony to be that way all the time, then be happy with it, right?
Yeah,
you continue enjoying those games, but here on Xbox, it's just not that. That's not how it is. It's
not that like that at all.
It's a diversity of different genres, different games.
But the funny thing about this game is, this is a budget game at like $25. I think maybe 30 on PlayStation, but on PC it was always $25. But the exclusive missions, right, are completely in VR. But the base game isn't in VR on the PlayStation. The console with VR is just
really?
What? Yeah, and it doesn't even support their flight stick and stuff. It doesn't do any of that. And so all the folks who helped the Kickstarter, if you look in the Kickstarter for Project Wingman, you'll see folks like the most recent post saying F you to the developer for taking the Sony money, doing what we all know what was going to happen. It's just going to be a time exclusive, and PC is going to get this content anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not even working that well. The PlayStation fans don't even care. I mean, I guess they see it as, well, take Sony's money, right? We could use it to fund what we're doing.
Yeah.
Who cares if the PlayStation fans like it or not? We got this money up front to do this.
Exactly.
And then when exclusivity is over, we'll bring all this content to PC and Xbox like it should have been in the first place. Shout out to the release of the Quest 3. Hopefully Microsoft and Meta can come to some kind of agreement where that becomes the official Xbox VR headset platform.
Did you order it? Say you're ordered, right?
Cloud.
You already got it?
What?
Sorry.
I'm getting it in 2 weeks on my birthday.
Oh, 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. So I just ordered the little grips for the joysticks there.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah. And I'm gonna need an adapter for the Halo strap that I have for my Quest 2. I just need this little adapter because I use the Bubble VR M2 head strap. Anybody looking for a head strap for the Quest, that's the best one.
Dude,
one from Bubble VR.
Get the premium one because the one that comes with it sucks.
Yes,
right?
It's just a strap.
It's just the straps. It is awful. And then
apparently the ones in the Quest 3 slightly better, but yeah.
And so
you go get you one.
And then months later, after my son got his, Target had all Quest accessories half off. Right. So I picked up the strap, which is the little crank thing, which is way better. Right. And the case, that oval case. And I got both of them for $60.
Nice.
So I got rid of the strap. Like, get this crap out of here, man. This is trash. It's like, give me the premium one. I was like, that's way better. That should have came. I know it's about cost and everything, but still, that's the one that should have came with it originally. Not that strappy crap. That's nothing. No. But no, we still have ours. Ours is we haven't played it much. I gotta see if Roblox came out. It's supposedly Roblox VR is supposed to come out on it. There are VR games in Roblox, but you have to connect the headset to your computer, so you're tethered.
Right.
You're tethered to that, and I hate that because they have to hook up to my laptop and just have to go through that motion of madness, right, to get it going. And even then, sometimes it disconnects. Like, we don't see your headset, and it's like it's connected,
Yeah.
And then
now with this, upgrade, now it could run it, on the headset in and of itself and not need a PC. It's more powerful. It can handle it itself.
Yeah.
Love to see that.
But yeah, this is amazing. So I know you got things to do with your girl. So we're gonna cut this short. It was great having you on. It was fun as always.
Thank you.
Doctor, thank you. Cruise Missile and Syrup. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, homies, for coming through.
This is amazing. ABK is done, diddly done. I'm glad it's over. Now people can quit talking shit about it and say it's like it's.
Oh no, that's not going to stop. That's not going to stop. But it doesn't matter. Now we get to point and laugh at them like we have been this whole time. What
else? PlayStation Slim is not a slim. I guess
it's not even a slim.
I don't know. There's no improvements on this, but you get to pay more for it. Hey, you got to pay more for the console itself, and then you got to pay a $30
HDMI. They ain't do none of the things that they couldn't do hardware-wise. Limited. You would thought they would have did a revision, to fix all these things. They didn't do any of that.
I would say, why stop at the stand? Go ahead and charge for the power cord separately, and go ahead and charge for the controller. So just have the console, just bare bones console. That is
that's what Japan does. Well, that's what Nintendo did with the power cords. I think for Super Nintendo, the 3DS when it came from the DS because they would use the same one.
Yeah,
but that was the same situation with that. So you know how those shenanigans get down.
So,
but yeah, that's that.
So there's that. CMA finally said go for it. Legal says Big Bank takes Little Bank.
Of course.
I say not just laugh. I just laugh at all this, and Game Pass just got a lot better.
Yeah, and and now the house is burning down over there at Sony. All these, it's shocking that earlier on, supposedly there was a space earlier on. I'm 3 hours behind of East Coast time, so I'm sure it's already over. When I looked, it wasn't there. You got the pony space as always, where they're sitting there tapping. Apparently, that happened earlier today.
They're having
it's only 8:30 over here, so
they're having a session.
Yes, they had their session already
to
earlier today.
Calm each other down. It's gonna be okay, guys.
No, it's not. But it's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay until y'all stand up and start buying these games like you claim y'all were doing and playing them and stuff, right? And supporting the company you claimed you
Sony
did.
fans,
but
remember, you have Fort Solis. I'm still on that. You got Fort Solis. It's been out for a month, and you guys have not talked about it. That's your Starfield replacement. There it is. Have at it. It's only $30. It's half off.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you the same thing they told us, quoting their own game. Don't be sorry. Be better.
Yeah, be better.
Because y'all suck ass.
They do. They do. All right, guys. Well, we'll try to set something up for Sunday. I don't know what time yet, but we have to talk about that later on. We'll try to get realists on this too. And I want to get the
no doubt,
because I know he's going to get loud.
Oh yeah,
he's going to get loud and proud.
Oh yeah.
So let's do something for Sunday, and I think we're out of here.
That's all.
Bye.
All right, folks. Peace.